With Jump Force being announced that it's shutting down its servers and being removed off digital stores early next year, I believe. I think sometime early 2022. I decided to push up this episode of What Happened by a lot, probably like 3 or 4 episodes. To be honest, I didn't want to play this game at all, but with this news, we had to push it up to kind of give it its goodbye and kind of see where it went wrong. So what's up, weebs? Welcome back to another episode of What Happened, a show where we talk about anime games that we consider, or a wide majority of people consider, flops or things that didn't really have a good launch or longevity. Today we are looking at Jump Force, one of the more controversial games in the anime arena fighter anime game genre in general. This was supposed to be a celebration of the Shonen Jump genre of anime and manga for the 50th anniversary of Shonen Jump, the magazine in Japan. And it was almost an immediate flop on drop of beta. People didn't like the art style they went with the more like 3D realistic-ish graphics. People didn't like the roster, which is a big thing we're going to get into. People didn't like the kind of vanilla combo system it had. People really compared it to like a watered down Naruto Ninja Storm, or even something of any of the regular arena fighter, something that felt very bare bones. And I will agree with a lot of these people, and off the bat I will say I think what happened with this game was that it was absolutely rushed. I think this game was rushed to meet a deadline with no consideration of the actual game or the shonen genre, because this really felt, playing this game felt like you were playing a cash grab, like immediately, because it doesn't feel like there's any love in the game. And the first thing we start with is absolutely the roster. The roster in this game is absolutely atrocious for being a Shonen Jump game. Seeing how many Shonen Jump series there are, you know, they obviously get our regular ones like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter. They get our big names in there. But I think the thing they do wrong very much in this game is they use a lot of these spaces for last choice characters. And what I mean by that is, I mean they added these characters when these characters should have been added after they added the bigger names. There's many big names that they missed, but instead they added people, you know, like, it hurts to say it, but they added Boruto. I don't think Boruto was going to be a first choice in this game for a 50th anniversary celebration of this. I don't think Trunks, I don't think Piccolo, I don't think Cell. They used Fat Boo, which I think if you were gonna use a Boo, I think they used the wrong Boo. You know, they used Biscuit. I guess you can say Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter is kind of a bigger name in there, but I feel like they could have used her later. They used, you know, like Gaara and Kaguya, and they used Kaguya as a base game. They used Kaguya, which was kind of later on a very not celebrated villain, because she replaced someone like Madara, who Madara ended up becoming a DLC character, which felt kind of like a low blow, seeing that Madara was one of the most popular villains in Naruto. Especially, okay, so ones like One Piece, they used Sabo, who was not even a character in One Piece until I believe post time skip. No, like right before the time skip, because Sabo wasn't introduced probably until Marineford, and that's close to quote unquote halfway where we are in One Piece right now, which is crazy. Then they used him on like Bo Hancock, and Bo Hancock just doesn't seem like a character that was gonna be a first pick for this. It doesn't even seem like it was gonna be one of the first picks if you were picking One Piece characters. It's strange. The route they decided to go for some of these games, or some of these characters that they chose. And a lot of underrated things too is that they've done these like Shonen Jump collaboration games before. Look at I forget what the Nintendo DS one was called, but there was one on, I believe, PlayStation 3 called J-Stars Victory Versus, that also made it to PS4, I believe, as well. But that one included like at least 10 different mangas and animes. In there, they had things like Assassination's Classroom and Dr. Slump, while also including things like Dragon Ball Z and Fist of the North Star and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and other beloved characters, but they just use less from each series. So from Hunter x Hunter, they only used Gon and Killua, which you could say that is a bad choice, but like if you want to expand the roster and actually celebrate Shonen Jump, you want to cover as many series as you can, and you can't really cover as many series as you can when you're doing 8 characters per series. So you couldn't include characters like Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom, or the one I believe that got snubbed the most, Bobobo, who is one of the most fun Shonen Jump series you can have out there. I know a lot of you guys probably watch Bobobo, one of the animes that was centered on Cartoon Network all the time. They didn't have people like Toriko, who is one of the bigger Shonen Jump mangas that not a lot of people talk about. They had characters like Ace and Akainu, and those were really big characters that at the time, probably because I believe this game came out probably after Marineford, but it was still the biggest arc in One Piece at the time. And they still did include characters like Frieza, Madara, and Aizen, and it doesn't make sense that they were able to do this stretch of different series so well in previous games with quote unquote less technology, and they just kind of dropped the ball on Jump Force. And it really shows that this was probably rushed because they had no idea what they were going to do for a 50th anniversary for Shonen Jump, and they just shoehorned a game out of nowhere, and they're just like, what, just throw this, and look at the most popular shonen mangas and animes right now, and throw this in there, find a couple classics, throw those in there, but only give those guys 2 to 3 characters max. Give the bigger ones like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto 5 to 6 characters. Why not? And we'll add more DLCs to them too. And even DLCs, they kind of did the same thing where they really added characters that either should have been in the game or were not the first picks for a lot of people in the game. I know a lot of people like Kaiba, but I didn't really think that Yu-Gi-Oh characters were going to be the biggest ones. Now Yu-Gi-Oh characters are cool, and it's cool to see them, some of the monsters, and they actually come out. But it's weird that if you were going to put these characters in the game, why not make them base game? Because you're celebrating this genre. Hiei is one of the main characters of a group in Yu Yu Hakusho, and he's a DLC character. Shoto Todoroki is one of the most popular characters in My Hero. He's a DLC character. Madara is almost undoubtedly top 3 villains in all of Naruto. DLC character. It is strange that they do this, and they did it over and over again. They didn't try any out there characters. I don't know if it was they're afraid of failure or they're afraid people weren't going to know them. It just felt weird that they were skittish about celebrating the Shonen Jump genre, and I'm kind of sure that's at least my big reason why this game flopped for me. Another reason people didn't like it is the online wasn't supported very well. I believe it was delayed netcode, so like most arena fighters, online experience wasn't that great. The fighting was very generic and vanilla. A lot of the characters did the same things in just different animations. It was just mash the same button to get the same animation of, oh, you kick them away, you teleport and hit them again, and then you smash them to the ground. Then you do your special move, which is generally either slash or projectile, in not the most creative ways. Because if you look at Dai, if you look at Zoro, if you look at Asta, a lot of their moves are just dash and sword slash with none of their characteristics added. The only thing you really get from them is either a different lighting or they actually say the name of the move. And they don't really, it just doesn't feel like they really tried in it. Especially in the JoJo's characters. Jotaro and Dio, I understand they have the same stands in the show, but that doesn't mean both of them get, the rapid punch moves just named differently. They didn't even add a different finisher. All they did was just change the close-up of the character. It's just either a close-up of Jotaro or either a close-up of Dio. It just hurts. It just hurts that, such a large genre like this that is so beloved by so many people, just gets thrown into this weirdly vanilla, boring arena fighter, and there's just no substance to it. It really sucks. But you know, I guess those are the breaks. Hopefully, if we get another one of these for either 55th anniversary or 60th anniversary 10 years down the line, it can be done a little bit better. Unfortunately, this is what we have for now, and now we're only going to be able to play this game offline, which sucks because they just didn't give the love it deserved. And at the point right now, I think these are the main reasons of what happened to Jump Force. Just a game that just didn't get the love it deserved for the accomplishment that it was trying to celebrate. So what can we do better next time? Obviously, they need to look back at their past games. J-Star's victory versus their J-Stars DS title. And I didn't even touch on the J-Stars DS title, but that one had probably 80 plus characters. And a personal one for me on that DS title is it had the JoJos and some of the JoBros from parts 1 all the way through 7. Now, I know for a console game or something of the more mainstream variety, it is tough to do manga characters for what is mostly an anime celebration. A big thing that people were concerned about for Jump Force was that Ichigo's Awakened transformation is a manga only transformation right now. The anime has not animated the 1,000-Year Blood War yet, and a big issue was that he gets a new transformation in that arc, and it was in the game, and a lot of people didn't know where that was from, and a lot of people technically got spoiled on it. And it's a weird gray area of what they want to do and what they can do in those terms. But if you're gonna celebrate a manga magazine, you might as well just do manga characters and stuff like that. So it felt okay doing, I think at the time, even part 4, I don't know if part 3 or 4 was animated when that DS version came out. So doing all those JoJo characters, doing characters that didn't even get animes, characters that didn't get animes for years that got canceled, characters that are popular in animes but had their transformations in mangas that weren't animated yet in the game. You can do those if you're celebrating the series, if you're celebrating the genre as a whole. I just think they rushed this game too fast to warrant the love it didn't get. They should have taken their time. If they announced it during the 50th anniversary and gave it more time to develop, this game could have been greater. It could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot larger. But I think they rushed it to release on 50th anniversary when it probably would have been a better idea to announce for the 50th anniversary. And it's just a shame. It's just another thing you hate to see. Hopefully we get another Shonen Jump series fighting game. More refined, more polished, a lot better. I don't mind if it's an arena fighter. I don't mind if it's a 2D fighter. I just want them to do it right. Because if they do it right, it's bound to be a great game. There's so many characters. There's so many, areas, stories that they can just branch into that it's bound to be a great game. But the way they did it just kind of didn't do it right. And there's not a lot of ways to do this game wrong, but they did in some of the worst ways possible, and that's the game we got. So what happened? No love was put into this game. What could we do better? Let's just take our time. This was absolutely a game that just was hurt by the amount of time that was taken to push this out. It sucks, but it happens, and that's the deal. So we wish Jump Force a good time. We're sad to see. I didn't play the game. In fact, I bought the game just to make this video. But it does suck to see it go. It sucks to see a game die, and it has to happen. But if you guys did enjoy the video, let me know what you guys thought about Jump Force in the comments below. If you guys actually did enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.